Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Monty or Zach. Either or is absolutely fine. I just wanted to give you guys a quick thank you for the support on the channel. I know I've been focusing hard on the memes, but honestly, the memes are quite funny. I am trying to stay consistent with the main content, and I do appreciate the support all around, being able to help others, inspire others, and give some people some laughs. Literally, I wanted to take a few moments to thank you guys, because look at this. 30,000 people are watching my stuff. That is crazy. And we're only at 30 subs. And that's, numbers are numbers, but honestly, I gotta give credit where it's due. Look at this. This is all freaking stupid stuff. And you guys are liking it. So that makes me happy. Anyways, let's get straight to the actual topic for today. So today is technically a partial win day, more so of a break-even day. But I want you guys to notice something. Look at my Mondays. Red, 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 break-even, green. What? Awesome. What did I do differently? Well, like in the last video, I discussed risk management. So I had to tweak my approach to the markets, especially on Mondays. Why is that a big deal? Well, Mondays are also known as no news Mondays. There's a lot of fake outs. There's not a lot of volume. And honestly, it gets tricky to trade. So what did I change for those days specifically? I pushed my trading time back. I stopped looking for setups at market open, and towards the first macro, I started focusing more on the second and third macro. The reason being is, one, I don't know if price action is going to clean or not. Matter of fact, I didn't even wake up for market open. My buddy called me and was like, "Hey, you gonna trade?" I'm like, no. Literally, I just told him no, I'm going back to bed. I'm gonna come on the second macro. And as you guys can see, we were range bound towards the end of London, and then throughout New York, we've been range bound all day. This is not the best price action. So not only did I wait a little longer, I also incorporated more risk management, and I had actually lowered my position. That way I wasn't losing as much either if I were to take a loss. So let's actually get down to the top-down analysis. So this is during the second macro, towards the second macro. Yeah, this is second macro here. We were looking for buys. Because the sales had already happened. This was outside of the macro. This would have been a beautiful sell, but honestly, price action was slow. It was not clean. And we want to make sure that both of our assets are sharing the appropriate confluences. I was looking for potential buys down here, but honestly, I wasn't too confident. Let's see. Yeah, because we didn't really break the structure yet. That's why I did not take buys from down here, because we were technically still bearish. We were bullish up until this point. So that's why I took the buys from here with this breaker block and fair value gap. I wanted to take it off the inverse because that would have given the appropriate risk to reward. However, that did not happen. Now let's go ahead and go straight to top-down analysis. So price had opened and tapped this bearish gap, giving bearish incentive in the first macro. Obviously, I wasn't up for the first macro, so I didn't trade that. ES, same thing, right? We were in a bearish gap on the 1 hour. And at the minimum, all you need is the 1 hour to justify your bias. Now that I justified the bias for sells, we waited and we actually approached this 1 hour inverse gap in this 15 right here. There's a 15 down in here that was actually justified as well. The reason why I had justified that was because we had a liquidity sweep of these equal lows. We had 1 hour lows, and I might actually throw in the 4 hour lows here too, depending on how clean it is. Yup, we have a 4 hour low right here. So that actually bumps up the score just a little bit. So with that being said, we were looking for buys because we had all this liquidity paired up with these imbalances here. So now we're going to go to the 1 minute time frame, and we're actually going to go straight to the sauce here. So I'm going to set up my ES chart here. So this is the gap that I wanted to enter off of, but we did not get that. Let's go ahead and put up the actual gap that I use. So it was this one. Now, this is actually a counter confluence too. Look how we were trading into the 1 hour bearish gap on ES, but not on NQ. Since ES likes to lead NQ, that's probably why we consolidated so hard right here. But I had entered once we had broken price. Price consolidated for majority of the trade. We were up in profit, we were down in drawdown, up in profit, and then I took what little I got, which was the $155 for the day. And honestly, that's absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. Money's money. And the thing is that you just got to be grateful for what you get. Honestly, like, I don't understand people that are, are so hell bent on their bias. And it's like, dude, you're not going to make $300 working at McDonald's for a whole day. I made that in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In 17 minutes. Name a job that you can make $155 in 17 minutes. None. Not that I can think of. So we entered off of this breaker block and we entered off of this fair value gap. That was basically the order flow. Now we could have entered off of this inverse gap instead, but I don't think that would have made the difference. Let me see if ES had that same inverse. We actually did. As a matter of fact, that would have been the better entry. However, let me see. By the time price broke that, honestly, yeah, you could have entered down here. You could have entered down here, but even then, you wouldn't have gotten the appropriate risk to reward without, going really, really tight with your stop loss. And honestly, like, that didn't make sense either, especially with how price was ranging up to this point. Chances of me getting stopped out were pretty high. If I had entered down here, oh yeah, definitely would have gotten a juicy risk to reward here. It's just that these confluences here, I was worried about that. And plus, we didn't even break that high yet, so we weren't bullish yet. So let's go ahead and go straight to the journal. And I'm actually going to add the 4-hour highs right now because that was an additional confluence. Boom, look at that B plus setup. That's the minimum that I'm willing to take. So let's go ahead and open it. So we got out because the price action was just not clean, not ideal. And we're going to go over the score. So B plus, we were looking, we actually swept Asia lows as well when we swept that liquidity level. So price swept that liquidity level, gave a reversal sign. We tapped that, those higher time frame gaps there, the 15-minute and the 1-hour inverse. We swept Asia lows, equal lows, 4-hour lows, 1-hour low. We had to use a 1-minute fair value gap and 1-minute breaker as our entry model. Price action from here to here was clean. We had no news, so we didn't really have any worries for conflict, and we traded within New York, giving us a 89% score, a B plus setup. We managed our risk. Cherry, honestly, that I'm satisfied. Honestly, I have dramatically improved my trading on Mondays. Mondays have been my kryptonite, and honestly, I could not be any happier. I love it. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share. You guys have been killing it with the views. Honestly, like 30,000 people. That's insane. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. God bless.